It's a brand new year, and with that comes an updated list of people who are still on Hollywood's blacklist. Today on Beyond the Screen, we are talking about some celebrities who will never work again. I'm your host for this one, Joss Bedard. Before I get into it, make sure you guys leave a like on this video because it really helps us out. Be nice. Kicking off our countdown list at number 10 is Keith Raniere. He is the founder of the group NXIVM, which was first described as a self-growth program and involved multi-level marketing. But over time, the group was exposed as a sex cult, which was recruiting women as slaves and forced them into sex trafficking. He became known worldwide, especially after some other celebrities joined the group. But victims from the group came forward with very disturbing details about their time spent in that group, and now he is facing time behind bars. Not just time though, life. In October 2020, he was sentenced to 120 years behind bars after they decided he caused immeasurable damages to these victims. The judge also fined him for $1.75 million. His lawyers maintained his innocence throughout the whole case and blamed a lot of it on the documentary that came out about the cult, saying that it motivated people to testify falsely, like for clout. Either way, there is no chance of him ever working again, quite literally, and if you have not seen this documentary, go watch it. It is called The Vow. It's insane. Up next, number 9 is Allison Mack. The Smallville actress was one of these celebrities that joined the cult that I mentioned in number 10. But she wasn't just another victim in the cult, she was actually a leader. She was exposed for being Keith Raniere's partner and was luring women into the group who were then exploited and a victim came forward and said that they had to be branded when reaching a certain level in the program, and photos showed the brand symbol is actually the initials AM and KR for Keith Raniere and Allison Mack. The actress ended up pleading guilty to racketeering and conspiracy in relations to her sex charges. She could face up to 40 years in prison for her role in the cult, but a sentencing date has not been confirmed yet. Moving on to number 8, we have James Franco. He was one of the biggest actors in Hollywood, appearing in almost every movie it seemed at one point in time, but his reputation started taking a hit in 2014 after he was caught inappropriately texting an underage girl. The screenshot should have been enough to end his whole career, but somehow the scandal just blew over and he continued on. I still don't get it. But things caught up to him in 2018 after women came forward accusing him of sexual misconduct. Some of his former students from his acting school came forward and filed a lawsuit against him, revealing that they were sexually by him and his team involved in the acting classes. In the last few years, he has been off social media completely and off our movie screens. In 2019, he had a movie come out called Zeroville, and it completely failed and received horrible reviews and ratings, along with no profit. His lawsuit recently reached a settlement in February 2021, just a few weeks ago, but I honestly don't think that will change anything for his career. Taking over the number 7 spot is R. Kelly. For more than 2 decades, the R&B singer has faced allegations of sexual misconduct and abuse. Many people were surprised he was even able to continue a career after all of them came to surface. In 2018, some serious claims came out, and then 2019, he was officially charged after old documentary footage confirmed that he had been with a girl who he knew was underage. He was charged with 13 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse and 2 separate federal indictments for sex trafficking. He pleaded not guilty to all of it, but was still sent behind bars until his official trial. His trial was first set for 2020, but things kept getting pushed back due to this coronavirus pandemic. But in December of 2020, it was announced that his date was set in Chicago for September. That's a long way away, but he also has another trial in April in New York City on April 7th for something else. This guy got a lot going on. He's busier behind bars than I am in real life. Making her way into number 6 is Monique. She was on top of the world in 2009 when she was earning tons of critical praise for her role in Precious. She even won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. But after winning the Oscar, everything went downhill for her career because she got blacklisted by some people in Hollywood. She said she didn't want to campaign for her movie without receiving additional pay, and that caused people in the industry to turn on her. Things got even worse in 2018 when she started asking people to boycott Netflix after revealing they were lowballing her pay because of her gender and race. She said that they offered her $500,000 for her own comedy special, but pointed out that Amy Schumer and other male comedians like Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle received millions for their comedy special. Because she kept demanding money for her projects, even if she had valid points, she was blacklisted by Hollywood. Halfway through, at number 5 is Jared Fogle. Do we even call him a celebrity? I don't know. But he gained fame and success for being the face of Subway sandwiches. Let's be honest, if you've ever seen a Subway commercial, then you would know who he is. He was the star in basically every commercial they ever aired at one point in time, and he also appeared in movies like Jack and Jill and Sharknado. But in 2015, it all came tumbling down after he was given a 15-year jail sentence in the Federal Correctional Institution. He pleaded guilty to very serious charges of distributing and receiving CP and having inappropriate relations with a so it is safe to say that we will not be seeing him in any commercials or movies anytime soon. But probably not ever. Coming in next, number 4 is Chris Tavres. The Disney Channel actor was known for his role in KC Undercover, but lost everything when he was put behind bars for a domestic violence incident. He received several months for an alleged domestic violence incident, and that was after striking a plea deal. According to the LA Superior Court, the 27-year-old pled no contest to 1 count of felony domestic violence with a prior conviction. He was sentenced to a suspended 5-year prison sentence and only served 300 days in a county jail. After he got out, he was required to take a 52-week class on domestic violence awareness and complete a 1-year program of outpatient alcohol. The whole case came to surface after he went into a rage during a fight with his girlfriend at the time, who ended up suffering a concussion. Those are the only details I have on the actual incident. In our 3rd spot is Isaiah Washington. He won't work again because he landed himself on Hollywood's blacklist back in 2007 after he made some comments at the Golden Globe Awards. He made some homophobic comments at the awards, but his career was already on thin ice for an incident that happened the year earlier. He faced some heat for insulting his co-star Tiara Knight with homophobic language. After the Golden Globes chaos, he was put in executive counseling, but then Grey's Anatomy decided to fire him and announced that his contract would not be removed. After getting fired, he did interviews and explained his situation, and he said, "After the incident at the Golden Globes, everything just fell apart. I lost everything. I couldn't afford to have an agent. I couldn't afford to have a publicist. I couldn't afford to continue." Since then, he has popped up in some projects here or there, but it is nothing compared to what he used to get. Up next, number 2 is Harvey Weinstein. It was a long time coming when he was finally sentenced behind bars for years of disturbing allegations. The case started back in 2017 when the New York Times published a story detailing decades of allegations against him. Some of the terrible claims came from his employees, and some came from other actresses in Hollywood like Rose McGowan and Ashley Judd. Throughout the next few years, 2017 to 2020, more allegations came to surface, and his reputation and career just continued to crumble. It was a long legal battle that was heavily documented, and people were waiting for him to finally get his sentencing. That moment finally came in 2020, and he is currently serving his 23-year term in prison. And he's an old fart, so he probably won't get out. In our number 1 spot is Bill Cosby. At one point in time, he was one of Hollywood's biggest actors, but that was quickly destroyed when more than 50 people accused him of sexual misconduct and the allegations came to surface in 2014 when he was accused of an incident that took place in the mid-1960s. After that, he was accused by different women for a variety of disturbing and horrible things that I honestly just can't even say on YouTube. As more people started coming forward with allegations, the alleged incident spanned from 1965 to 2008 in the US and 1 case being in Canada. He battled the allegations for years, but he was first found guilty on April 26, 2018 for 3 counts of aggravated assault. Then on September 25, 2018, he was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in state prison and fined $25,000 plus the cost of prosecution, which was, by the way, over 40 grand. I looked it up. Numerous organizations cut ties with the actor and even revoked honors and titles that were awarded to him throughout his acting career. On top of that, media organizations also pulled the reruns of The Cosby Show. As for life in prison, he is currently serving his sentence. Alright guys, that is our list for today. I'm gonna end this video with some comments from celebrities who destroyed their careers in seconds 2020 part 4. Emily QS says, "Hey Joss, I can't get over that adorable hat you are wearing. I love it. Fun fact, I bought that hat at a grocery store for $7. That's a fact." JR Jones says, you make sure you look different on these videos. We film every day, so I do look different in these videos every day. I would hope so. Kaza007 says, do you get a gold star or something for saying I'm first, LMAO? No, people really enjoy saying in the comments that they're the first ones, but hey, you got a shout out, so counts for something. I just don't have gold stars. All right guys, that is all I got. I am getting out of here. I was your host, Joss Bedard. I will see you guys in another one. Bye. I don't want to. No. Well, yes, but no. Either way, there's no chance of him ever work. Did you watch it, Chris?
No.
You should. It's some crazy. I mean, yeah, 500,000 though. Like, please, like, I'll be damned. Yes, please. He was sentenced. This is very confusing. Why am I saying well only? He already did this. Jocelyn. Happy birthday. He got sentenced on my birthday.